Good day to you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You know, in today's climate with all the upheaval and everything going on, I want to look in Proverbs chapter 3, and we're going to look at verses 29 through 31. And these are sound biblical principles here. This is true wisdom from God. Do not devise evil against your neighbor who lives securely beside you. Do not quarrel with a man without cause, if he has done you no harm. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways. This I would say to those people who are, maybe you've been tempted, or maybe you have fallen into some of the vandalism, the violence. These things are wrong. Okay, no matter what excuse you may give yourself, no matter how you may justify your actions, it is wrong to go out. Everyone where you are, no matter where you are at all times, everyone is your neighbor. Do not devise evil against your neighbor who lives securely beside you. That's everyone around us. Like when we're in our town, in our city, no matter where we're traveling, everyone around us in society, they are our neighbor at those moments, at those times when we're there. Do not devise evil against them. Do not go out to damage their property or to possibly cause hurt to them and their family. There is no justification for this. Do not quarrel with a man without cause if he has done you no harm. Now imagine this is telling you not to even quarrel with someone if they've done you no harm. So why would you go out and destroy others' property? And why would you go out and possibly hurt them or injure them when they personally have done nothing to you? And you have to realize that they are not responsible for the event that you're angry about. You have to be able to control yourself. You have to be able to have the moral fortitude within yourself to realize that what has happened, even if it happened in your town, it involved a set number of people. And those people, they did not do any harm to you, obviously. You are not the one that died. You are not the one that was injured. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways. If you are tempted in these times to join up with people like this, with people who want to commit vandalism, who want to go out and destroy things, and they think they're making a positive impact or that they are making a statement. Don't do that. They are not making a statement. Their statement is destruction and violence, and that's really Satan's work. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy. That's not God's work, and that's not going to bring about any significant change, except it may change your status. It may change your status forever if you get arrested for certain things and it's a felony or something like that. That could totally injure you and your livelihood for all your life. And you don't want to be involved with people like that who may accidentally, it may even inadvertently or maybe purposefully, you may not know their intents, and may actually cause real harm and real damage to someone, even to the point of killing someone. Some people have been killed, and killing other people does not make it right. Just like the destruction of property does not make it, does not make the situation correct when an injustice has when an injustice has occurred, and you want to bring light to that. More injustice, more violence, more insanity, basically, more chaos is not the answer. That does not bring light to the issue. That does not help solve any problem if there is a problem. And there may very well be. I'm not God. I do not know. So I'm not going to claim to know that. I just know that the violence, the destruction, that drowns out everything else. And that really, really hurts the valid, true message of the protesters, of the real protesters who just wanted to speak out and just wanted to get their voices heard. And it all comes back to this. Do not devise evil against your neighbor. Some of these people are opportunistic. They're going out and they're just devising evil to destroy, to vandalize, possibly to loot and just take what they can. And do not quarrel with a man without cause if he has done you no harm. And that would also mean, do not have violence with that person. They've done you no harm. Why would you do that? It makes no sense. And do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways. I personally learned that a long time ago. We may look at the action heroes and the superheroes and the different things, and we kind of think that's cool, and we think and in a fantasy style way, that's fine. But real violence, real world violence, is never like it is in the movies. It's never like it is in the books, or in the cartoons, or in whatever the games. It's never that way. It's real, and it hurts real people. So, this has been Proverbs chapter 3, verses 29 through 31. Do not devise evil against your neighbor who lives securely beside you. Remember that wherever you are at all times, everyone is your neighbor, and they should be able to be secure around you. You should not be causing them any harm. Jesus told us to love our enemies and our neighbors. Do not quarrel with a man without cause if he has done you no harm. This seems like just good common sense. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways. Think on those things when you're angry, when you're tempted to maybe be violent. Think on these things and think of how Jesus was. Jesus, he submitted to authority. He followed along, and he did, he set that perfect example for us. He did not do anything wrong, but at the same time, he didn't really go through his life, breaking laws and committing acts of violence and vengeance. And, we hear of how he turned over tables and caused trouble in the temple because they were doing things they weren't supposed to do. But there's no accounting of any, blood being spilled. He didn't kill anyone or harm anyone or maim anyone. And he had the power to basically kill them all if he wanted to. So think of that. That's a temptation right there that Jesus had, that we also have. We are tempted with, sometimes in our anger, we are tempted with violence, and we need to fight that temptation. All right. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, God loves you.